Okay. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Ultimate Sprint Cup. So, this is a little bit of a different thing I'm gonna be doing. This is actually from my personal channel. It'll be in the TUSC's channel afterwards. But yeah. So basically, it's a 16 round, 5 lappers, and a one-shot qualifying format. So, and this features a lot of drivers that I probably would say I'm very familiar with, but they are very, very fast drivers that I've come across either from commentary or actually from racing in general. So I'll give you a quick rundown in terms of the drivers that are on the grid. So the Mercedes-Benz, it's featuring actually the guy that invited me to this, NSX Montana. I know him from mainly from Contest of Speed and Formula Europe, which is one of the leagues I commentate. And then the second driver I think is supposed to be Fruitful, but he's not racing it from the way it looks. George Russell 63. I don't think that's actually George Russell, but I'm not sure about. I don't know him, but I do know NSX Vaporizer from Contest of Speed and Formula Europe. Justice 12. Looks like he must have left the NSX crew because he used to be NSX Justice. He'll be driving in the Red Bull. McLaren is NSX Connor and Jules Milmet. Racing Point is Ariel Rocco. I remember him from Formula Europe from Spain a few weeks ago, along with Alpha Trix 4809 in the Racing Point. Renault is NSX Jill Bream and IFR Stinson. Alpha Tauri, TGG Linus and QVR Cookie. Alfa Romeo is IFR Roan and Senatec Haas. These drivers I'm very familiar with. Alpu, or he's probably SWM Alp. Oh no, he's actually just Alpu. Alpu Mucked. Normally I know him as SWM Alp, but no, he's actually Alpu Mucked this time. But I'll just call him SWM Alp because that's not how I know him. Jensen R12, I know him from DWCR. From like a while back. Williams, Albert Keynes, and Selly 360, new drivers I'm not familiar with, but I'm sure they are very fast guys as well. So obviously the first round will be in Australia. I'll probably just do one driver at a time for qualifying laps because it is a little bit hard to keep track of drivers. So we'll follow along with Selly in the Williams. So here you see him going through turns 1 and 2. Now opens the DRS, one of the 3 DRS zones on the racetrack here in Australia. Around to turn 3 into second gear, short shifts to third, to turn 4 through the parking lot area, and now into the flat out turn 5. Now pretty much this is let's say one of the critical areas of the track, rounding into the middle sector towards the far side of the lake. Now into turn 8 into turn 9. And Alfu has retired. Must have been invalidation on his lap. Rounding turn 10. Now they're going to change the format of that track as well. I'll probably get more into that a little bit later. Rounding the hard bit of the track, the turns 11 and 12. This is where I find this the most difficult area of the track as he has invalidated, but we'll keep going with him. Into turn 13, into 4th gear. Using the outside curve there. Rounding now turn 14. Use the outside curve there. Very nicely done. Into now turn 15 and 16. Opens the DRS. And what time would he would have done if he wouldn't have had an invalidation? It would have been a 19.1. But Jensen does a 18.9 along with NSX Connor and Vaporizer and Montana and Alpha Trix as the run off the top 5. And they're all separated by nearly over a 10th, which is a pretty impressive. Yeah, top 5 separated by a little over a 10th, and then NSX Jewel Brim and 7th with a 19.2. ECOS Cinetech, and oh, there you go. One of the ECOSs are in here. A 19.5. Rocco in 8th with a 19.7. Cookie Games in with a 20.4, and then Albert Cates with a 31.5, and then Stinson, Jewel Matt, Cell, George Russell, Roan, Justice, TDG, and Alp got disqualified from there from the laps. But yeah, I think this is just a little bit of fun too. But yeah, I've never done a 5-lap racing before, commentary-wise, but I'm keen to see how it really goes. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing going straight to the race, obviously. Oh dear, and Alpha Trix has left the session. Ooh. Well, he'll probably have to come back for the next one then. And I'm sorry for I apologize too if my voice sounds a little bit hoarsey. I woke up this morning with like a very kind of a very sore throat, but I can still manage to talk and stuff. I'm just probably not going to be as loud as I sometimes am during commentary if I let's say get excited and stuff. But do my best. In the meantime, here we go. The 5 red lights for the first race of the Sprint Cup, and we are underway. So Jensen gets a decent start off the line. He leads into turn 1. Connor right behind him in second place. Montana moves up to a couple of positions there as well. Vaporizer goes to 4th. And yeah, Alpha Trix obviously losing ground, but that's because of his AI car going all the way down the field. So we have one Haas leading the way, and the other Haas right now is just trying to work his way up the field at the very moment. It's like Cell's got ahead of Jewel Matt, and Jewel goes right into the grass at the exit of turn 5. So right now it's Jensen, Connor, Montana, Vaporizer, Rocco as your top line, and Cinetech, Cookie Games, Stinson, Alpha Canes, and NSX Jewel Green rounding up the top 10 at the moment. I'm pretty sure they're going to go based off the results from, obviously from the online table, not make their own little table like you would see normally in other leagues, but that's alright, team. But yeah, anyway, Jensen will lead the first lap of the 5 laps here in Australia. And if I remember, there's 4 races I think we're not including. And that is Monaco, Vietnam, Singapore. I'm just trying to remember what the other one was. But I'll have to get more into that later. Yeah, I remember there was 4 of them that weren't being included. Yes, it's like Cookie got ahead of Cinetech 6th place, I should say. Cookie Games, Cinetech, and Stinson having themselves a bit of a scrap for 6th place at the moment. What they say about this track, it is, I would say, not the greatest of tracks. I'm not a big fan of Australia. It sometimes can be very hard to overtake. In league racing in general, tire wear is a bit of a, it's a bit of a here you go kind of thing, especially if you're on pad. On pad, it's like, one of the worst feelings, I'd say. So Jensen still leading. DRS is not enabled just quite yet. That'll be enabled on the next lap, as Jensen will come across the line. Right now, half a second ahead of the McLaren. As the fast lap will go to, looks like that Montana with a 21.2. As there you go, DRS is open now. So let me get this up just to... Actually, I don't need that. I already know they're all going to be on soft tires. I don't need like the tire information, I just want the gaps. But let's see if we go further back. Looks like no one's really managed to make any sort of moves just quite yet. We still have some scraps in the midfield. CGG get late. Linus gets his first penalty, a 2-second time penalty. Yeah, that's a thing too as well. So since this is a only 5-lap race, if you, and this is on strict quarter cutting, but if you get a penalty, it's only 2 seconds, not 3 seconds for the time penalty. So let's see here. Here comes Jules Breen. He's gonna go look on the outside of the Williams. He can't make the move quite yet. Oh, here comes Seldo. The other Williams trying to get the attack on the red corner of Williams sandwich. Ooh, here comes Silly down the inside. He's gonna go around the outside. He will have DRS to get him away. Oh, he gets pushed off by the McLaren of Julmac. That's gonna compromise his run very badly. As he's also got the Alfa Romeo of IFR Road. And now he gets ahead. So he's lost a couple of positions in those 3 corners. And now here comes, oh, I thought Julmac was going to be close, but he wasn't close. And to make any sort of tactic there. Oh, it's a cookie game around penalty as well. Well, I was focusing on that. 2-second time penalty. Now the gap is 4/10 between Jensen and Connor, the leaders battling out. Montana right behind. Mercedes-Benz, he's just a little bit on his own, but like he's still within the fight. He's still within DRS range. That's a lot of turn 12. I'm not sure if he got a warning for that. I assume he did. As George Russell gets a 2-second time penalty. So if you're just tuning in, I don't think that's the real George Russell. I think that might be R.E.L. Nathan. That's what the grid order I was given when I got in here. So I don't think that's actually quite him. As Vaporizer now has the fast lap of the race of 120.9. Oh, Jensen made a mistake, a colossal mistake. Went very wide at the exit of turn 2. He's lost a lot of positions. So Connor now takes the lead of the race. Yeah, you saw there, what looked like to me, looks like he lost traction coming out of turn 2. And just hit the outside barrier. But did he have damage? I'm trying to look at that. Oh, he does. Yeah, he has damage on the right end plate. He has no end plate on the Haas. The man that was leading the race is now down to 5th place, but has damage too. And there's Fruitful, now he's joined. Alright, for Fruitful, I know him from, I think from Race Spec. I remember him from the All-Star race. I was in that as well. And not to toot my own horn, but I think if I remember how I qualified him as well. As George Russell has spun at the exit of turn 12. And looks like Connor's going to take the checkered flag, wins Australia. And Vaporizer gets the fastest lap. Montana and Vaporizer settle a 2-3 finish for the NSX crew. Rocco in 4th, and Jensen, unfortunately, on the final lap, will have to settle for a disappointing 5th place for him. Had pole and had the win in the bag, but just lost it at the exit of turn 2. I crumbled a bit under the pressure. And then, yes, RFR Stinson finishing in 6th place and gets driver of the day as well. I don't remember where he started, to be quite fair. Must have started a little bit outside the top 10. But there you go. There's NSX Connor winning the first race. I like how Connor and Montana have. I've seen that sort of character, like the same looking character before, from another driver right now is at Kush. Singaporean driver has that same exact character as well. Normally I see Montero use a Michael Schumacher look-alike character. Anyway, there's your... I'll go through your top 10. Connor takes... Oh, it's NSX... Oh, it's an NSX123. I did not see that. So it's Connor, Montana, Vaporizer, Rocco, Jensen, Stinson, Ecos, Cinetech, Cookie Games, Cell, and Alba Canes round off your top 10. Roan, Justice, Alpu, Jewel Breen, Linus, Jewel Matt, George Russell, and Alpha Tricks. Right, so that concludes the first round. Now we move on to the second. And the next one will be, I would assume, will be Bahrain. Oh, knocked my headset there off for just a quick second. So yeah, let me look at the calendar and see what's not on here. Yeah, so, oh, we don't have Zandvoort. Okay. That's the other track I was trying to think of. I mean, it makes sense because I mean, Monaco and Zandvoort don't really have much overtaking opportunities. Neither does Singapore. Although I would have liked to see Vietnam. Just to be very clear too, I'm also I also like Vietnam as well. I know not everyone does, but I like it personally. I'm a bit disappointed that it's not going to be on the calendar. Well, probably for the foreseeable future. But still, we'll get a new street circuit, Jeddah, which is in Saudi Arabia, and that will be held, I think, in November. Alright, but anyway, now we'll move on to Bahrain. So, this track is obviously a good track. I would say this is also one of my favorite tracks as well. But the tire wear around here is a big factor for league racing, I would say. The track, though, is about 3.3 miles, about the same length as China. And if I remember, it has like 16 corners. So, we'll follow on with Alpu, actually. We'll follow one of my dear friends in the America Series remarks from Race Spec and from Concepts of Speed. So here we go. Rounding turn 1 into turn 2, out of turn 3 and 4, or turn 3 I should say, with the opens DRS, one of the 3 DRS zones of the racetrack. Into turn 4. Use the inside curve a little bit, use the outside curve very nicely. Now that's normally what I would do as well. Rounding the S's, that's probably one of the more technical areas I'd say of the racetrack. Now into turn 8. Hugging the apex there just slightly. Now into the more difficult bit of turn 10. That area is very easy to lock up, especially if you're on no ABS. Down the back straight. Into now the uphill section of turn 11, the start of it, into turn 12. Oh, gets a little bit squirrely at the exit of that. Rounding turn 12 into turn 13. Uses fourth gear, uses the outside curve, very nicely done through there. Down the other back straight towards the final couple of corners. The little kink on the exit of this corner is also considered a corner. That's turn 14 and 15. Opens DRS down the pit straight, up to the line. P3 is looking like for him. It is a 24.7. Even with that little mistake, he still managed to make a time like that, which is quite impressive. But the guy that gets pole is Cell in the Williams, along with George Russell, and then, yes, like I said, Alpu. The pole time was a 24.5, nearly 2/10 clear of second place. Rowan in 4th, Connor in 5th, Jewel Bream in 6th, Alpha Canes in 7th, Stinson in 8th, Rocco in 9th, and then Jensen in 10th. Pretty much from the top, from 1st to 12th, is in the 24s. Very, very impressive. Justice in 11th, Montana in 12th, Cinetic in 13th, Lions in 14th, Vaporizer in 15th, and Cookie Games in 16th. I did not get to see who with 17th and 18th, but we'll look at that obviously once we get to the start of the race. Is that intermediate tires or wet tires I'm seeing there in that Mercedes garage? What's it fruitful? Are you seriously going to do wet tires on in Bahrain? Well, I mean, hey, you never know. It is called Bahrain. Maybe there is a chance of rain. Okay, that was actually a horrible pun. Please ignore that. I'm sorry if you had to hear that on the live stream. But anyway, so here we go, the 5 red lights, and we are going to get ready for the Bahrain 5-lapper. And here we go, we are underway. So, Sell had a decent start off the line. It looks like George Russell will fall behind. See, the 2 Renaults are going on the pit exit into turn 1. And to turn 1 we go. Sell still manages to lead. One of the Williams gets pushed off a little bit there. That's Albert Keynes. And the 2 Renaults are flying out right now for 8th place with Jules Bream and Stinson. Stinson down the inside of turn 4. He's got the move done ahead of his teammate. And the better run, I'd say, too, out of the exit of the first couple of corners as well. And I've accident already at Cinetic. He has dropped all the way down to 19th place. So Sell right now takes the lead of the race. George in 2nd, and Alpu in 3rd. Or Esteban around, whichever you like to call him. I usually call him either way, but I mean, I guess I could call him Alpu or Esteban now. You wouldn't mind either way. Although it's very interesting to see Alpu in a Haas. Normally I see him in a Ferrari or a Racing Point, a McLaren, maybe even a Mercedes sometimes. I never see him in a Haas. That's definitely very rare for me to see. It looks like Rocco's got ahead of Albert Keynes. The Cell takes the last lap, but looks like Rocco's trying to come back at him. And he's still outside the Williams. Oh, jeez! Okay, well that was unorthodox. Rocco just got slammed to the pitch. Oh, and there's a big accident. Jensen again, an unlucky bystander in that. When Rocco tried to re-enter it after outbraking himself into turn 1, trying to get back on the track in turn 3, just ran into Jensen. Who was the Williams? I think that might have been Albert Keynes that caused that accident. He literally just turned him in the pit straight. Okay. Very interesting to see that. I mean, I get it's a 5-lap race, but you don't need to drive like an absolute cockhead. Look at that. Cell's already got a 1.4 second lead. That's the largest margin we've had so far in this this whole 5-lap lobby. The gap between first, second, and third, if I remember, in Australia was like probably less than half a second. Cell sets the fastest lap at 26.3. Very nicely done. So it looks like Alpu must have lost a position. I guess I didn't see that while I was watching what was going on with the Racing Point and the Williams down the pit straight. So DRS is now enabled. McLaren right now, Connor trying to get close, not quite close enough to do any sort of attack on Alpu. Alpu right now is 9/10 back of road. Cell's pretty much just checked himself out. He's now 1.8 seconds up the road from George Russell. See if Alfa Romeo can try to get closer to the Ferrari. Right now, 2. three Ferrari-powered cars in the top four. And you have a Renault-powered McLaren in fifth, but the one that's leading is a Williams and the Mercedes power. Two Renaults right now having a very good fight right now. This is definitely good if you're the constructors. Renault's right now in 6th and 7th place, not bad at all. Montana right behind them in 8th, and then Jewel Matt in 9th place. Now we're on to lap 4 of 5 here in Bahrain. No moves just quite yet. Everyone's pretty much just keeping themselves in line for the time being. Alpha's starting to lose a little bit of ground to Roan. He hasn't really made up any sort of ground whatsoever against the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, like I said too, during the qualifying, if you lock up there, that's very easy to do at turn 10 just because of the steep grade into turn 10. Very easy to lock up your front left tires. Gap has decreased a little bit there. It lost to about 3/10 of the course of that lap. Oh, you know, another thing I've noticed too. George Russell, the guy that's in the Ferrari, has actually got Mick Schumacher's number because that's what he currently drives. He drives the number 47, but he's in the Haas, not in the Ferrari. But that's funny though. I just noticed that. Connor trying to bring the attack on Alp. Alp trying to at least defend as much as possible, but he's going to get compromised with DRS. He's going to be losing another position, easily overtaking the Haas goes the McLaren of NSX Connor into 4th place. Yeah, he used up a lot of that battery, but so did Connor. He used up a lot of that battery as well, trying to overtake him. Gap is starting to decrease a little bit between Sell and George Russell. I don't think it'll be enough just to get him at least. He probably would have needed one more lap. Yeah, because that gap went from 2 seconds to now under a second over the course of 3 laps. And I think Rocco just set the fastest lap of the race. He went wide there off the curb. That's definitely a warning, but it's not really going to matter. So Sell, I think that's Sell, sorry. Looks like he'll be winning the Bahrain 5-lapper. Takes the checkered flag. He wins in Bahrain. George Russell in 2nd. Ivar Roan in 3rd. Connor in 4th. And Alpu finishes in the top 5. Stinson in 6th. Jules Bream in 7th. Good result there for the Renaults. Montana finishes in 8th place. Jules Matt in, gosh, that's a handful. In 9th place. Justice in 10th. Vaporizer in 11th, Alfred Trix in 12th, Football in 13th place, Linus in 14th, Cinetech in 15th, Jensen in 16th. Cookie Games will finish in last because he DNF'd. So the guys that will overtake him will be Rocco and Alba Kings. I know some comments there that actually just popped up too. Maybe I'll just have a little bit of a peek. A little bit of fans for Jewel Slab. Come on, Cinetech. Yeah, that's very nice. A little bit of fan club there. Not Marvin. Hello from Germany. Ah, nice. A German. Yeah, we got quite a few Germans in here as well. So yeah, welcome. But anyway, there's where their Cell will take the second race, I should say, of the 5-lappers. A nice little win there for the Austrian. And now the next race to move on to will be China, the Shanghai International Circuit. Another beautiful Herman Tilke designed racetrack. Anyway, there's your results. Sell, George Russell, Roan, Connor, Alpo, Stinson, Jules Breen, Montanus, Milmat, and Justice. In the standings, that Connor is now up by 10 points over Sell, Montana in third with just down by 15. And George Russell in fourth, and then Babe Reiser in fifth. That is your top five at the very moment. Stinson, Roan, Rocco, Alpu, and Jensen are your top 10 for the time being. Alright, now we move on to Shanghai. And thank goodness we're not doing the whole race, because oh look, in my honest opinion, I don't mind China, but I hate the racing there. It's so bad. It's definitely one of like the tracks I definitely don't like to watch. Alright, so now we're moving on to Shanghai. So yeah, like I said, it's about the same length as Bahrain, 3.3 miles long. But I know that obviously in league racing, it's definitely a track that is a tire killer as well. It's definitely known for that. Yep, 16 corners, roughly the same, little one less corner than Bahrain. Anyway, we'll give you a little tour of this Herman Tilke brilliant design. Yes, I'm mentioning Herman Tilke because he is the one that designed the racetrack. He's designed lots of brilliant racetracks over the years. As I say that sarcastically. But yes, anyway. So yeah, we'll give you a little bit of a tour of this place once we get going here. We're just waiting on for a few other drivers to at least ready up and get their setups up and ready to go. Alright, so we'll follow on with Jensen. Why not? So here we go. Round to turn 1 and 2. Pretty much one of the toughest areas of the racetrack. It's very tight, sweeping right-hander now into turn 3. Hugging the corner there into turn 3, into turn 4. Just gotta get the third exit out of the corner. Rounding towards turn 6. Gets a second gear. Normally I take it in third gear, but he takes it in second. Now into the sweeping left-right-hander complexes of 7 and 8. Into 7, down to 5th gear. Into now the double left-handers of turns 9 and 10. That's 50 games of the tire. Are invalidated his left. And now into the tight chicanes of 11 and 12. Second gear. Keeps it a second gear. Short shifts to third of the exit. Now into the sweeping right-hander of turn 13. In the old game, in FY 2019, it used to be more bang. Now in this game, it's a little bit more like, a bit more lenient in a way. Down the back straight with DRS open, one of the 2 DRS zones. Into the tight hairpin at turn 14. And then 15, yeah, 15 there, right there as you see there, that kink is a corner. Down to turn 16. Opens the DRS up towards the line, and is a 29.7 for Jensen. So that'll put him in 12th place. But the guy who got pole was Sell again for the second time in a row. And by nearly 2.5 tenths from Alp. A 28.6. That's quite impressive. Alp at second. Montana goes to third. Albert Keynes at fourth. And then IFR Rowan at fifth. The top five in the 28 server by over 3/10 of a second. Rocco in sixth. Connor in ninth. IFR Stinson in 10th. Eighth, excuse me. Ninth is TGG Linus. Justice in 10th. Vaporizer in 11th. Jensen 12th. Alpha Tricks at 13th. Fruitful in 14th. And Senatech rounds off the top 15. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get going to this. Oh, well, this will make things a little bit more interesting. Now, well, won't it? We've got intermediate conditions for this 5-lapper. I actually don't mind China in the rain. I actually prefer more in the rain than I do in the dry. It's the same story with Canada as well, for my personal preference at least. So just waiting on Fruitful, and we should be able to get going. Alright, here we go. Here come the 5 red lights, and we are underway here in Shanghai. So Cell gets a decent... Oh, there's a Ferrari that goes off into the pit wall. I think that might have been George Russell, and it is George Russell, who had damage there, hitting the pit wall. Alpu has lost the position to Alba Kings. Alba Kings goes to second place. He might lose another one too. Montana's on the inside. No, he won't. He'll hold the position. So Alp takes third, at least for the time being. Oh, he thought about going down the inside of the Williams, just could not make the move stick. Top 5 pretty much just went away from the field. Made that to top 6, went away from the field just for a little bit. Jensen's got up to from 12th to 7th place. So he's gained about 5 positions over the course of the opening lap. So right now it is settled as a Williams 1-2 at the moment, with Cell leading the way. Cookie already has a 2-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Oh! Oh, and Alp! Oh! There goes Alp into the grass. There he goes. Yeah, I saw a bunch of drivers getting very squirrely at the exit of 13. And unfortunately, Alpu has come up worse, so he goes from third down to last. Zell already has a 2.1 second gap between him and his teammate, and leads the first lap of the race too. So it's right now the 2 Williams, followed by Montana, Ariel Rocco, and then IFR Roan. Jensen, Linus, Vaporizer, and here comes IFR Fruitful, trying to get closer there to Vaporizer, not quite close enough. Oh, we have another accident, I think. It's Cookie. Oh, Cookie's not having the greatest of time at the moment. He went off into... How did he go up into the grass? Is what I'm wondering. Oh, my goodness. That's the points lead, by the way, there, Connor. He's all the way down into 17th place. .7 seconds by now. Yeah, Cell's starting to check out a little bit from the field. Albert Keynes has a little bit of pressure from Montana. 9/10 of a second is what the gap is between the Williams and the Mercedes-Benz. Oh, another accident. Oh, Cookie's having a wretched luck. Oh! Okay. What the? How was that possible? He was stationary at the wall. Did he move? Was he like, wait, was he accelerating? I didn't get a good look. Oh, wasn't paying too much. attention to his wheels. Was he going forwards? It's like all of a sudden there's just like, I've never seen that before. The tires just the suspension just immediately disintegrated along with the front wing. I've never seen that. And it was on, and he's not even like even moving. He's just stationary. I've never seen that before. Quite frankly, I think that this is a full damage if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to look once we get back into the lobby. I've never seen that before. I've never seen where like someone stays stationary at a wall and then all of a sudden your suspension decides to give up. I've never seen that before. So on to lap 3. Obviously there's no DRS because it is very wet conditions. So there's no point of using DRS for safety precautions, obviously. Montana trying to creep into the Williams. Yeah, he cannot go very full throttle at the exit of those corners. If he does, he'll spin the car around. Yeah, so is literally just checked out. 3.8 seconds is the gap. The match is flat out gone. And sets the fastest lap of the race as well with a 43.9. So far, not too much moves going on from in the midfield. Although we got the two Renaults scrapping out again with Jules Brahim and Stinson. So far, nothing doing to these guys. And we have an... Oh! Hang on a minute. That's the race leader! That's Sell! He's lost it! He's lost it at the exit of 4! As Jules Brahim was retired from the race. Well, how'd that happen? Oh, he's crashed at the exit. He's crashed in the same area as Sell. Sell was in line for a win. He was up by 4 seconds. And he's lost at the exit of 4. That's also twice that we've seen the leader choked it on either the final lap and now 2 laps to go. Because Jensen did that in Australia. So we've gone from one Williams leading the race to another one now taking place. It was a 1-2 for Williams at 1 point, so Claire ain't gonna be very happy with that, with what happened to one of her cars. This definitely will help Montana's chances of getting the championship, getting up there in the standings. Same with the others too. Jensen to at least get some good points. So now we're on the final lap of the Shanghai race. Half a second is the gap between the Williams and the Mercedes. Oh, that's a bit squirrely there from the Williams of Alba Kings. Yeah, you can see there's Montana, there's Rocco right there in the top 3. Rowan right now in fourth place, is 2 seconds back. So it looks like he might be selling for a 4th place finish unless Jensen catches him. But that's not looking like to be the case. Into another final sector. We've only got just 3 more corners left. Oh, Montana. Keep that car steady, bud. Rocco right there. He's selling for a good podium place finish. Fruitful, a 2-second time penalty, multiple warnings for the other Mercedes driver. Trick's trying to get close, not quite close. Oh, he thought about it. Didn't make the move, but in the meantime, Albuquerque will take the win. Back-to-back victories for the Williams crew. Unfortunately, wasn't meant to be. It was going to be a Williams 1-2 finish, but unfortunately, Cell crashed out at the age of 4, and that resulted in him losing a lot of positions. So the Albuquerque, Montana, and Rocco. That was your top 3. Oh yeah, we still got a long way to go. We only got 12 rounds left. That's when we'll be in 10 seconds. Oh, come on, man. You cannot be serious with that. A 10-second penalty for him being on the grass. Let's see if he does any tricks. Nope, he does not. Alright. So today it goes to Jewel Melmatz in McLaren. And there is the Williams back on the podium once again. Of Albuquerque taking the victory. Montana back on the podium after finishing in 2nd place in Australia. And then Rocco finishes in 3rd. So the German driver of Albuquerque finishes with a good victory. So we'll take a look at the standings once we get to that. So now Montana takes the lead of the championship. Connor in 2nd, and then Cell. Actually, Cell could have taken the lead if it wasn't for him crashing out. But since he did, he's dropped to 3rd. Ronan 4th, and then Rocco will go up to 5th place. Albuquerque in 6th. Vaporizer in 7th. Jensen goes to 8th place. George, Russell, and Stitz drop down to 9th and 10th, and Alpu drops down to 11th place. Cinetech in 12th, Linus at 13th, Jules Bream in 14th, Cookie Games in 15th, Jewel Milmat in 16th, Alpha Tricks in 17th, Justice in 18th, and Fruitful still has yet to even score a point in this. Yeah, it's right now in last. Alright, so now we move on to Spain, I think? Oh dear. I'm not really that big of a fan of Catalonia, if I'm completely honest with you. I don't really like Spain that much. Just the thing about that track to me is just it has very few overtaking opportunities, very few areas to even make any sort of moves, and plus it's just a dirty effect. Oh, never mind. We are not going to Spain. We are going to Baku. Okay, thank you for using your wise head there. Alright, so they take it off that. Alright, so now we're going to 15 rather than 16. That's fair enough. Good, because I do not like Spain, and I think that's the same story with everyone else. Alright, so we go to another Herman Tilke design. It is Baku. One of the second longest track on the calendar. It is I think if I remember correctly, a 3.7 mile circuit. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, 3.7 miles. That's nearly, almost as long as, Spa. Spa's the longest, track out of the calendar, in the calendar, really. 20 turns is what it's got. And one of the tracks, probably to me, looks like the shape of a key. If you look at like the diagram of the racetrack. All right, so now we. Alright, so we'll follow along with, let's follow along with Vaporizer. He'll give us a bit of a tour of this place. Alright, so rounding to turn 1, it's a 4th gear, using the outside curve just to get lots of good exit speed. Into turn 2, that's more of a tighter apex. Into now the back straight of one of the 2 DRS zones. Up to speeds about nearly 195 miles an hour, I want to say. Rounding towards turn 4, into now more of the more difficult complexes, left, right hander of turns 5 and 6. Now going towards turn 7. This is more of the area where we go to the famous castle section. Obviously, you don't want to clip the inside too much. You can hit the outside wall like Leclerc did, or Kubica, because they both crashed there. Up to the complex, now into the sweeping left-handed elevation. Not really straight, more of a somewhat of an open left-hander. But oh, the Vaporizer took way too much curve. I think he tried to take an esports line where you can hop the curve and just try to keep going through there. And now we're heading into the longest straight of, I probably would say, the entire calendar, down the front straight here in Baku. You'll be reaching up to speeds up towards nearly 210 miles an hour, up towards the line, and I think he's going to be somewhere in 13th. Nope, it's 15th. There you go, that's your little description of backup, but it is Alpha Trix that gets pole position this time by 1/100th of a second over Montana, a 36.986 to a 36.996, and then behind Cell in 3rd, Jewel Brave goes to 4th, Connor in 5th, Stinson at 6th, and then Senatech at 7th, Justice in 8th, George Russell in 9th, Rocco in 10th. Alpa, though, with a 38.0, that's very unlike him, really. He usually would be way quicker than that. Albuquerque's at 11th, Alpa in 12th, and then Linus at 13th. Almost the entire top 10 were in the 37s, and then the top 2 were in the 36s. In the high 36s, I should say. I think that's also the very first time I've ever seen anyone go into the 36s around here. I've never seen that happen before. The quickest I've seen someone do in terms of league racing, either commentating or racing-wise, is someone has been in the low 37s. Never seen that in the high 36s. But anyway, it looks like it's to be a cloudy race here in Baku. So let's see what kind of chaos unfolds here in Baku. Alright, time for the 5 red lights to come on, and we will get underway here in Baku. Alpha Trix leading the way. Oh, and another big accident. A Williams and a Ferrari gets involved there, and now oh my goodness me. Albuquerque, into the wall he goes. Along with George Russell and Cookie Games, they had a bit of an incident. Roan, I think. Roan was in a bit of that scrap, but he somehow escaped it. I have no clue what happened there. And Montana's lost a couple of positions. Sells up to 2nd place. up at least a couple of positions. Oh my goodness, what's happened? Oh, Alpha Canes. Or is that Justice? No, that's Justice, I'm sorry. He's spun at the little tight chicane. Oh, into the castles. Oh my goodness! Alpu! Oh my goodness me. I saw so many cars going through there. I was thinking, oh, okay, there's got to be an accident coming. And sure enough, it was Alpu, unfortunately, be the unfortunate one to get involved in the accident. Everyone else still got through relatively fine. Did he try to go side by side with somebody, or did he just clip the arm cut barrier? I'm not sure. But Alpha Trix leads the first lap. 41.6 is the time that he puts up. That was very interesting to see there. 2 accidents already happened on the very first lap, and Alpha Canes goes to the pits. Oh, Jewel Mats is out. Alpha's coming for a wing change. Where? Oh, he must have retired at the pits. He's probably giving up on that. Yeah, there you go. Front wing change coming up on the pit. Yeah, apart from those accidents, everything seems to be okay. Tire marks there from the walk-ups there, as you can see from that area of turn 8. Oh, we have another accident. I think that might, yeah, it was Connor that hit the barrier at the castle section. I don't think he's got damage though. I think he's fine. I think everyone's gone through it just fine. How anyone could do the no line to that castle section. That has to be fucking. I'm sorry. I did not mean to say that. I'm so sorry. My bad. I was going to say, I don't know how anyone could do no line through the castle section. That has to be incredibly terrifying. Because I mean, I do use line, but I don't use it sometimes at certain tracks. Like if it's a track that's very easy for me, like Brazil or Bahrain, like I can use no line, but like through here, that's terrifying, I would say. As Vic Rice is retired in the pit lane. He must have had some damage somewhere. We're under lap 3, DRS is unable to. Seen only 2 leaders that have been to the lead so far. And that has been Stell and Jensen. Is Alpha Trix going to be the next one? And oh, what has happened here? Jewel Bream has hit the barrier and has retired on track. Cititech is. I'm guessing this has happened before the castle section. I think. Cooper must have got very frustrated and just called it quits. Right, so Stell is on the attack, and he's going to be having DRS to try to overtake the Racing Point. Rose, I'm not sure what happened between Ron and Stinson. Cookie Game is a 2-second penalty. He's a 2-second penalty for a collision with Alpu. Oh dear. And he has no front wing at all in the castle. There's been some sort of accident between those two, I guess. Since he's retired, what has happened? I guess he was retired in the pits. The game's also retired from this as well. Baku bringing the best out of everybody so far. I am not surprised by that at all. So we got Alpha Trix, Cell, and then the championship leader at the moment, NSX Montana, right behind in third place. Alpha Trix just needs to try to build somewhat more of a gap, if he can, between himself and the Williams and the Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, right now it's a Mercedes-powered 1, 2, 3 at the very moment, with a racing point of Williams and the works team of Mercedes-Benz. Onto the pit straight we go. DRS will be open. Gaining on the racing point, but here comes the exit NSX Montana. Not quite close enough. That was very, very close indeed. Rupel's gone to 6th place, so he's going to score some points for the first time. If he can keep it up, he'll definitely score points in 6th place. So right behind Alpha Trix. This is the final lap of the 5-lapper here in Baku. Alpha Trix to Cell, to Montana, and then Connor, and then Rocco. That's the top 5 in there, fellas. Alpha Kings gets a penalty there. Alpha Kings is retired from the session. Alpha sets the fastest lap of the race at 38.5, almost half a second slower than what he did in qualifying. So this is good. So Cell has a penalty too, so he's definitely lost out on a win here. Even if he does overtake Alpha Trix on the pit straight, it's not going to matter. But he has to hold up Montana as much as he can. Here we go. This is going to probably be a drag to the line. I'm sure Cell would want to beat him just on track. Using all the overtake as possible. He's got the DRS up towards the line. And it is Alpha Trix that comes out on top. And the way it looked like just by nearly a front wing. Montana comes up in second, obviously because of penalty. Cell will go to third instead. So Montana extends his championship lead. Connor finishes in 4th place. Rocco in 5th. Fruitful gets his first points in 6th place. Linus will finish in 7th. Jensen with a tire on the top of his halo will finish in 8th. Alright, for round 9th. George Russell rounds off your top 10. Justice in 11th. Senatech in 12th. And then Alfu finishes in 13th. He does get the fast lap, but doesn't score any points from it because you have to finish in the top 10 to do that. And Fruitful gets driver of the day. And there is your new race winner here, Alpha Trix. I think we've had now a different variety of race winners so far. We haven't had any repetitive winners yet. This time now it goes to the British driver of Alpha Trix. This is the third time I think that NSX Montana has now finished in 2nd place. And then Cell goes back onto the podium, this time on the 3rd step of the podium. So the championship standings now. Montana leads by 9 points over NSX Connor. Cell is in 3rd, Rocco in 4th, and then IFR Road as your top 5. 9 points separate between Connor and Montana. Cell, though, is not far behind. Montana is the championship leader, but has yet to even score a win so far in this series. Alright, now we move on to Montreal. That's a track I'm not very I don't really like that much either. I don't mind it in the rain, I don't like it in the dry. It is a nightmare for pad users like myself, especially if you're going into the final chicane near the Wall of Champions. It's definitely a track I'm not very favored of, but it's whatever. But the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is definitely a famous circuit around Canada, named after the famous F1 driver Gilles Villeneuve. Of course, the Villeneuve family is very familiar with F1, especially his son Jack. As well competed in F1 and was a world champion back in the 90s as well. And also, this track was not really owned, or not made by the great Ermin Tilke, at least. So that's at least a good thing to know of. But the track itself is 2.7 miles long and has 14 turns, but most of it is basically quite a bit of chicanes. Quite a bit of it. That's also another reason why I think it's a nightmare for pad users, because if you're on pad like myself, when you're going through the chicanes, it can be a bit of a nightmare because you can easily cut the corners and get you can easily get penalties around here. It's very easy to do so. I say the easier areas to do so would be turns 3 and 4, which, if you're familiar with, is where Vettel and Hamilton had that little incident in 2019. Vettel resulted in getting a 5-second penalty for cutting off Lewis Hamilton, even though that really shouldn't have been the curse. Anyway, let's follow along with someone else. We'll follow along with Rome. So here we go into the first couple of corners. A left-right turn. Rocco's already retired. Into now. The turns 3 and 4. This is the area I'm talking about where Vettel and Hamilton had the incident in 2019. Hits the barrier, but he seems to be doing all right. Into now turns 5 and 6. Or 6 and 7, I should say. Turn 5 was the pink before it. Into now the DRSO, one of the 3 DRSO of the racetrack. And he missed the chicane and has retired. Alright, we'll follow along with Stinson instead. He's invalidated. Okay, I was gonna say Justice. I think everyone's invalidated pretty much. So, we've gone past the chicane into now the hairpin, down the other DRSO, the second DRSO before the Wall of Champions into turns 13 and 14 will go with Montana. Looks that very nicely done, even though his lap is invalidated. Up towards the line does a 7.5, but that doesn't matter because his lap got disqualified. But yeah, it's a very quick lap around there. Alpu, though, is the quickest overall with a 7.5. Connor, a 7.7. And along with Jess as well. These guys separate by 1/1000th of a second. Cost Cinetic, a 107.9. Alpha Chase 108.1. Linus 108.1. Cell 108.2. Vaporizer 108.4. And then George Russell 108.7. So this is the first time Alpu has gone onto pole position. Obviously not a big surprise to either, because Alpu is definitely known to be a qualifying master, I would say. Along with Montana, I would definitely say those two are definitely the qualifying masters that I've seen, either racing or commentating-wise. Alright, so sunny race, and we've got 5 laps here in Montreal. This is the 5th. Is this the 5th or 6th? I didn't keep track of that. I'm sorry if I didn't. I think we have about 10 races to go. So, yeah, I think this is supposed to... I think we're going to get through this in about another hour, I would assume. Maybe over 1.5 hours, from the way it looks. Anyway, here we go. 5 red lights. And off we go. Alpu, decent start of the line. Normally, that's not what his case is all the time, but he gets decent jump. Oh, gets a little bit of contact there from corner there. And, oh, there's chaos at the back. Trying to see what's going on there. Oh! Well, there's chaos for you. Cookie Games and Cinetech getting involved in an incident. Rocco doesn't even jump off the line and gets disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. So he possibly didn't show up for this one. Seneca Tech is retired. Cookie Games get involved in a lot of incidents so far in this. Seneca crashed himself deliberately out of the race. Cookie Games also retired as well. A little bit of scrap here still, and Alpha Tricks battling out 4th place. And right behind is George Russell. Like I said, it's not the real George Russell, it's just I don't think George Russell would even call himself this. Alpha fastest of the race at 1:14.5. Alpha Tricks. Man, how did he pull off that move? That was actually a brilliant overtake from Sal. Very nice by the Austrian. Alpha Canes gets a 2-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Like I said too, it's very easy to get penalties around here. Oh, here comes two Freeman vaporizers side by side with the oh, they make contact, more contact. Right behind, watching the whole thing unfold. Into the hairpin we go. Makes contact with the Ferrari. Renault Julebreak gets a better exit. There's no DRS yet. These guys are using overtake. Well, Vaporize actually using overtake just to get away from Renault. Here comes Poopful down the inside. Here comes the Williams of Albuquerque. In towards the World Champions. They scraped the World Champions, but they managed to get easily through. Albuquerque's going to try to go the inside. Oh, they make contact. He pushes him off the circuit. Fruitful goes through the grass. Gets a penalty for his troubles. Oh! And I think he was trying to redress the position. But unfortunately, Rome was right behind. So Alpha right now still leads the way. Connor in second, Jensen in third, so it's a past 1-3 at the very moment. Gilbrey gets a penalty there for multiple warnings, 2-second time penalty. Football has a 3-second penalty for going off into the grass, for being pushed off by Alba Kings. Russell, 2-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Still behind, and it's just Connor now sets the fastest up of the race, 109.1. Keep our eyes up for the foul to the leader, even though it's time. Flag, who's that? That's going off there. Oh, it's Fruitful! Oh, and Fruitful's at the wall. Oh dear. And he's retired on track. I mean, I wouldn't care if it was just this race, but if it was late racing, I wouldn't care. Alright, so Potter will bring the pressure on Alp. He's got DRS. He's gonna get it before the braking zone, I think, and he does. Potter now takes the lead of the race. And he does have DRS because he was behind him going through the protection zone. Alpha is now going to try to counterattack against the McLaren. Jensen's in behind right now in third. Excuse me. Ugh. Now we're trying to get the pressure on the McLaren of NSX corner. He will have the DRS help him out. DRS. Close enough. No, obviously not. He is not close enough. He has to get to good speed out of the 910 and the hairpin. To the hairpin we go. Big block up there from car. And Alpha's all over the back of him too. Uses now the overtake. He's got the DRS. I don't think he's close enough though to make a move. I think Connor might have it unless he gets a penalty. To the final chicane, gets through clearly. So, down to the fish straight, out towards the line. It is going to be Connor that wins it for the second time. So NSX Connor takes the win. Alpha in second, and Jensen rounds off in third. Alpha trips will move to fourth because of still having a penalty. Montana goes to sixth place. Drops from second to sixth place. George Russell in seventh place. Vaporizer goes to eighth place. Stinson in ninth. Roan in 10th. Freeman 11th. And that concludes Montreal. Wait, how did Montana get driver of the day? I thought he starts. Oh, wait. I just remembered. He was supposed to start second. He had 107.5 in qualifying, making his lap got invalidated. That's why I thought that. My bad. There you go. NSX Connor takes the win for the second time in this this Sprint Cup series. A 1-3 for the British. And second for the Turkish driver from who lives also actually from America as well. Alpha's also lives in America, believe it or not. But there you go. There is your results. Now to check on the standings. It is now NSX Car that now leads the championship by 7 points over NSX Montana. Cell in third place stays where he is. Alpha Tricks in fourth. Jensen goes up to fifth place. They're tied with Alpha Tricks for fourth place. Rocco in sixth. Goes down to sixth place. Alpha Roan in seventh. Alpha goes to eighth place. Big jump there for the Turkish driver. Alpha Kings in ninth, and then I did not see who that was. I think that might have been. I think it might have been one of the Renaults. I'm not quite entirely sure. I'll take a look once we get to the lobby. And 10th is Vaporizer. Okay. So now we move on to France. La Castelliette. Circuit Paul Ricard. So we got this. We got Spielberg. The Red Bull Ring. Silverstone. Spa. Monza. Sochi. Suzuka. Kota. Mexico, and then Brazil. Right. So we got 10 more left into this. Righto. All right. So here we go. Circuit Paul Ricard. The 5 lappers around here. Only 10 more rounds to go. A 15-turn racetrack featuring a distance of about 3.6 miles long. We shall get this underway very, very shortly. I'll give you a little bit of a tour around this place here at Circuit Paul Ricard. This track does have 2 DRS zones, 15 corners. It's definitely a track that can kill your tires too sometimes, in an extent. We'll follow along with Jewel Bring in the Renault, so up towards turns 1 and 2, and he's invalidated already. And, oh, okay. We'll follow with George Russell then. Into turn, what's that, turn 3 and 4? Yep, turn 3 and 4. Uses the curves there. Into turn 5, uses the curve there as well. 6 in the 4th gear. Now into turn 7, into the king of it, and then into the backstraight with DRS open. One of the 2 DRS zones in this track. Into the Mistral chicane. Breaking at around 50 meters. Into turns 9 and then 10. Now I'm getting tired. We'll go now into this is turn 10. I'm sorry. This is before coming up here. Now turn 10, flats out, and then now into the Fossier. Into 5th, down to 4th gear. Oh, hold it! Ah! And has retired. Alright, well, we'll see what Fruitful can do. Looks like to me that NSX Montana will get pole. Or no, it's going to be Alphatrix. Oh, it's flipping around. We'll see what goes up towards the line. A 27-1 is what NSX Montana has done, and a 27-1 as well from Alphatrix. The top 11 is all in the 27s. Okay, well, that is quick. NSX Montana gets pole by nearly half a tenth. Linus in 3rd. Jensen in 4th. Sell in 5th. IFR Rowan in 6th. NXX Connor, the championship leader, starts in 7th place. Alpu in 8th. Justice in 9th. Stinson in 10th. Senatech in 11th. Fruitful in 12th. And then Vaporizer rounds out the guys that managed to do a lap at least. So a 27-1 by the Swiss driver of NSX Montana. That is a blistering time. Good grief. That is very, very fast. I mean, the top 11, just all in the 27s. It's just like, what? I'm sorry, what? Alright, anyway, here we go. We'll get ready for the 5 lappers around France. Alright, France, and we'll get underway here. Montana on pole position with Alphatrix behind, and also the AlphaTauri Linus. So here we go. We're underway here in La Castellana. Actually, Alphatrix gets a good start off the line, and he's already up into 1st place. And an accident involving, and Rocco is not in the race again, and he's going to get disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. And there you go. So there you go. Alphatrix leads the way. NSX Montana in 2nd. Linus in 3rd. Jensen in 4th. Alpha Rowan in 5th. Cell in 6th. NSX Connor in 7th. Right now at the moment. The Alpha Royals of Stinson in 4th. Right behind in 8th and 9th. And Alpha is in 10th place. Oh, hello. Look at this. 3 wide with the 2 Ferraris and the Williams right behind. Albuquerque's down the inside in the chicane. Makes the move done ahead of NSX Vaporizer. for 13th place. Alpha trying to get by Football. Oh, Connor gets the move done on Cell. Looks like down the outside with Bossier. Very nicely done there. Oh, Football and Alpha. Ballard right now for 9th place. There's Senatech right behind 11th. Justice looking like he had some sort of an incident because he's all the way back down towards the rear of the field. There you go. Alpha Trix leads the first lap of the 5 here in France. Up towards turns 1 and 2. Very nicely done through there. It looks like everyone's going cleanly. A little bit of track detection I saw from a little bit of the midfield. As Connor and Still trying to battle out right now. Side by side goes the Williams and the McLaren. Still gets it done ahead of the McLaren into 6th place. Down the back straight, dimensional straight towards the dimensional chicane we come. Alpha Trix, Montana right now actually top 2 with Wyas behind in 3rd. Still like hanging on. For at least the time being. Jensen in 4th and then Roan in 5th place. Montana trying to find any sort of move. Cannot find anything going there. George Russell gets a 2-second penalty. I'm sorry, I'm so used to saying 3 seconds. Whenever like we get a track session warning. And we have a Williams around the top of Kings. Who spun at the exit of Le Bossier. And Albert Cates gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. So now on to lap 3. Now DRS is enabled. No, I was going to say Alpha Trix, but now it's Cell who has the fastest lap of the race. And now Justice does now. A 29-1 is now the fastest lap of the race. Montana right behind Alpha Trix. He cost Senatech a 2-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. And towards the back straight we come with DRS. Comes the Mercedes-Benz. Trying to get closer. Not quite close enough to make any sort of move against the Racing Point. Easy overtake, and he's going to try to get by the Racing Point here for turn 10. Well, there's going to be side by side through here. Oh, he just makes the move done ahead of the Mercedes-Benz, or ahead of the Racing Point, excuse me. So Montana now goes into the lead of the race. A little bit of a shake, look like there. Cookie and Cinetech battling out right now for 11th place. Senatech also has a 3-second penalty, and who's that going off? That's George Russell. That's going off. And into the pits comes, Gilbert must have damage and it just felt the quits. It's unfortunate there for the Renault driver, Gilbert. Games. 2-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Oh, just a little bit wide there from Montana. And here comes Alpha Trix with DRS, closing in on the Mercedes-Benz. Montana tries to defend the inside, but he tries to squeak through the outside and he makes it done. Ahead of the Mercedes, up into first place goes the Racing Point. Linus, though, meanwhile, is just still hanging on tight. IFR Roan, though, meanwhile, is trying to get by Jensen, and he does. 4th place. Nice move indeed there from IFR Roan in the Alfa Romeo. Cell, though, now gets ahead of Jensen to 5th. So Jensen's lost a couple of positions there in the course of my one sentence there. Alright, on to now the final lap. Now this is where it's going to matter here. So it has DRS, but he's not going to use it in the overtake. He'll wait until we get to the back straight. Into turn 1, turn 2. Keeps the car very planted there. Looks very controlled. Linus is not even tempted to make any move. Oh, there's contact there between Montana and Alpha Trix. Alpha Trix goes a little bit wide. Let's see how this goes here. They're using overtake. Both of them are using overtake. I think Alpha Trix has a little bit more straight line speed compared to the Mercedes. He does. He manages to hold on for the time being. Rowe gets a 2-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Here we come down towards turn 10. The Racing Point has no battery left. Down the outside goes Montana. Round Labossiere goes to 2. Oh, they make contact. Montana gets the lead. Oh, but Alpha Trix tries to get by. He cannot. I think that's going to seal it. Montana's going to get the win here. Round the final couple of corners. There you go. Unless it'll be a drag race to the line. No, it's not. Nope, there you go. NSX Montana will win in France. Gets the first win of the Sprint Cup Series. Linus, though, a quiet third place for him. First time getting on the podium for the German driver in the AlphaTauri. Sell will go to 4th place. Connor goes to 5th place. Stinson in 7th. Rowan in 7th. Jensen in 8th. And Alpu goes to 9th. And Kufel rounds off your top 10. I think that now extends Montana's now championship lead a little bit more. Alright, for Stinson gets driver of the day according to the game. And there you go, the Swiss drivers of Montana takes the victory here in France. Alpha Trix in 2nd and Linus to 3rd place. Linus' first podium as well, so good job from the AlphaTauri driver. So now we'll take a look at the championship standings with only 9 more races left. And Montana up by 8 points over Connor. Sell in 3rd with only down by 28 points. Alpha Trix in 4th, and then Jensen is your top 5 at the very moment. But from the way it looks, it could be a 3-way fight for the championship. If Connor could get some good results in the next few races, he could start to get back into the fight. Right, now we move on to Austria, the Red Bull Ring. Quite possibly one of the more easier tracks around the F1 calendar. I definitely would say is also one of my favorites as well, the Red Bull Ring. Very fast, very short, but also very, very fun to drive as well. Wait, who are we missing? Oh, we're missing Jewel Bream, I think. No, we're not missing Jewel Bream. We're missing one of the. Are we missing one of the McLarens? Who else is in the other McLaren? I could have sworn we're missing a McLaren here. Because it says we're at 18. We're supposed to be 19 drivers on the grid. Oh, we're missing Joel Mamat. Huh. Must have left the session. Okay, so I guess he won't be participating for the rest of this? Question? Not sure. But anyway. Alright, so I guess we'll move on to 18 drivers then for the rest of the time. Alright, so starting here in Spielberg, in the Styrian Hills of Austria. And now we will see what happens here. So, it's right now an NSX battle for the championship at the moment with Connor and Montana, with Montana leading the way by 8 points. So we'll see how this will turn out here in Spielberg. Let's follow along with Cookie Games. So, here we go, up towards turn 1, very nicely done. Oh, we're a little bit wide, yep, there you go, validated. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. We'll still follow Jensen then. Into turn 2 and 3 we come. Goes to the second gear, very nicely done through there. Gets a good exit, I'd say. Down the back straight with one of the 3 DRSs of the racetrack. Rocco has been disqualified. He still hasn't come back. Alright, well, rounding turn 5 is 5th gear. Rocco's been disqualified, as you can see. Rounding turns 7 and 8. Oh, he validated there. Unfortunately. Jensen took a little bit too much to cover the exit of 8. Rounding turn 9 into turn 10. The track is very easy to lock up. As Albert Kings that gets pole with a 102.6. Alright, so Albert Kings and Cell. The 1-2 for Williams. The German driver gets to be on top of the table. And it's a Dutchy 3-4 here with IFR Road and Fruitful being 3rd and 4th with a 102.8. And it's Montana 5th with a 102.9. Big Prize at 102.9. Connor 102.9. A lot of these guys are in the 102s. Goes all the way down to Alpu, who's in the 102.999. Or 102.991. Sorry. Alright, well, here we go. So, this will be another 5 laps around here, around Spielberg. It's a Williams 1-2 to kick it all off. Sunny skies here in the Styrian Hills. And here we go, 5 red lights to come on here in Austria, and we are underway. Albert Kane's getting a decent start off the line. Cell had a decent start off the line as well. Looks like everyone else has gone through relatively okay, obviously. Oh, never mind. That is Jensen going off the road. And down to 17th place. And again, Rocco has been disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. The 3rd time he's done that. Oh, someone's gone off to the grass. Oh dear. Why is Vaporizer ghosted? Oh dear, this is going to be interesting. Rounding turn 4. Oh, this is a little bit of a scrap here. Oh, Sinitech caught off. There he goes. Into the gravel trap he goes. Oh, and Alpha having a little bit of scrap there with the Racing point of the Renault. Oh, that got a bit hairy there. Oh, here comes Alpha Tricks and Stinson side by side through the final corner. They're still side by side actually going down the pit straight as well. And Gilbert has retired from the session. George Russell, a 2-second penalty. Right now it's a 1-2 for Williams, but still has a penalty to his name, a 2-second penalty. Yeah, try to break away from the road as quickly as possible. Montero, though, right behind in 4th place. Luke in 5th, so it's a Mercedes 4-5 at the moment. And Stinson bowing out. Stinson gets ahead of Alp for 12th place. So, let's go through relatively fine. Albuquerque goes the fast lap of the race. A 104.2. DRS is now enabled. Now we're going to see some great start for him, maybe? Nope, we're not. Here comes the two Williams, going to fight it out for first place. Sell down the inside. He's got the move done ahead of his teammate. Into first place he goes. And he's got DRS as well because he was behind him going into the detection zone. Right, so I think this is now the key for Sell is to just basically just break away from Roan by about 2 seconds as quickly as he possibly can, or pray that Rowe gets a penalty. Speaking of that, Montana has a penalty to his name. Right now 4th place with a 2-second time penalty. Alpu now has a 2-second time penalty there to his name, multiple warnings. And so does Cookie Gang. And Jensen, lots of penalties coming in here. Zell sets the fastest lap of the race. Oh no! There goes Albucanes. Out he goes. He sets himself to the circuit. He set himself before he even got damaged. Down the inside goes Alpha Tricks. Oh, and they make contact. They sideswipe each other there. Right, so Sell just needs to break out a 2-second gap in order to get away from iPhone Road if he wants to get his win here in Austria. But right now it's looking more of a position for Road to win this. 1.3 seconds is the gap. Ivor Stinson gets a penalty there, multiple warnings. 2 seconds to his name. Tricks gets a 2-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Road has absolutely no battery left in that Alfa Romeo whatsoever. So he might be left vulnerable here. Montero. Here he comes. Down towards the inside of turn 2, coming up towards turn 3. You see moves that may happen there before. An incident there in the back. Cookie Games is retired. So this is going to help out Sell a little bit more, actually. With these two battling. If he can. Let's see, the gap right now is at least 1.7 seconds. He needs to break another 2 more tenths out of this. I think he might have it here. I think he's got it. I think Sell will get this win here, but Rome will go to 2nd place. So Sell will take the victory here in Austria, in his home race as well, and wins here for the Williams crew. Alfa Romeo will finish in 2nd. Connor goes to 3rd place, actually. It will not be Montana on the podium position. And I think this is the 2nd win as well for Sell. I think he won at Bahrain, if I'm not mistaken. And there you go. The hometown hero takes the victory here in Austria. Also, NSX Connor makes a little bit of a dent in the championship as well by finishing ahead of Montana there. And I think this is also IFR Roan's best position that he's finished so far, in second place. Riffle finishes finally in the top 5 for the very first time as well. Now we take a look at the standings. Yeah, the gap has closed a little bit more now. It's 5 points between Connor and Montana. Cell is now coming to the picture, now down by 14 points. So that fight for first is going to be very close. Alpha Tricks, IFR Roan, pretty close for a battle for fourth. Seems like we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a close championship for the way it looks. Who's winning constructors, by the way? It is Mercedes up by 7 points over Williams for the time being. All right, now we move on to where Formula One all began in 1950. The Silverstone circuit here in Northamptonshire. Silverstone definitely is one of my favorite circuits, I would say, of almost of all time, really. It's a fast flowing track, very nice track as well. The track is also based off of the Royal Air Force World War II Air Base as well. Oh, looks like we're making some changes here. What changes have we made? Are we waiting for somebody? I see 17. Isn't there supposed to be like 18 or 19? I think we're taking a little bit of a break. Alright, so in the meantime, I'm going to take a little bit of a break myself too. I'll be back in a little bit. Oh my gosh, I just realized my mic was off. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. So oh no, 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 no. Oh, my mic was off. I didn't even realize that. I'm so sorry. I turned it off while we were on break, and I forgot about that. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, so Montana takes the win takes the lead even further. Alpha Trix got the win, as you can see. Oh my gosh, that is a big, big idiotic mistake by me. I'm so sorry. So Mercedes leads by 8 points over Williams. Sell goes to second now after Connor having a little bit of a dismal race, and goes to third place in the drivers' championship. Oh my gosh. I've never done that mistake ever. Oh my gosh. I feel so silly. I feel so silly. Oh my gosh. I've never made that mistake ever. Alright, well, it's okay. It happens. But hey, it's all for fun. Oh man. Oh, now we got 15 drivers now rather than 17. Alright, so we've got now 4 more races left. Or not, 5 more races left actually. Italy, Russia, USA, Mexico, and Brazil. Okay. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I did that mistake. I cannot believe I've done that mistake. So, it probably was like that for the Silverstone race as well, because, so on my mic, I have a little switch where I can turn the mic on and off. I turned my mic off when we were on break, and I guess I didn't even realize that. Oh, jeez, man. It's whatever. I mean, like I said, it happens. It's just a little error. Anywho, let's go ahead and move on. So, we are now at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. For the 10th race of this, the Ultimate Sprint Cup. Alright, so we'll follow along with... Who should we follow along with this time? Let's follow along with Alba Kings. So, here we go here in Monza. Take you a lap around here. Down the long pitch straight into the first chicane, the Del Fiatio chicane. After reaching speeds of over 210 miles an hour. Through the Curva Grande, obviously just a flat out corner here in Monza, into now the second chicane, the Del Roggio chicane. Now into the Lesmo corner, one of the 2 Lesmo corners here. Into the second Lesmo we come. Use 5th gear there to the exit of the second Lesmo corner. Into the back straight with DRS open. Up to speeds of about 211 miles an hour. Into now the Ascari chicane, 5th gear up to 6th, up to 7th gear. Very nicely done through there. And now we're on towards the Parabolica. 5th gear through here. Short shift to 6th, up to 7th gear. And up to the line. Who's going to get pole? It is going to be Montana by just nearly a 1/10 of a second. A 1:17.9 is time. Alba Kings does a 1:18.026. Alright, so there you are. Montana by nearly 800 of a second. Beats out Alba Kings. Vaporizer in third. Carter in fourth. Rocco in fifth. Sell goes to sixth place. Linus in seventh. George Russell in eighth. Alpu in ninth. Stinson in 10th. And Jensen, another bad qualifying effort for Jensen. A 130.8. Must have made a lot of mistakes during the course of the lap. Alright, clear skies once again. We've only had one time where we've had some wet weather conditions, and that was in China. Alright, so clock has expired, and I think we should be able to get going here in Monza. Here we go. The 5 red lights will come on. And off we go here in Monza. So it looks like Alba Kings has a much better start this time before it gets into the first corner. Oh, and we have, there's a Williams out into the grass. Take out the braking boards. That was Sell. That took off the 150 and the 50-meter board. Alpatrix disqualified the bucket at a dangerous location. He probably didn't show up like his teammate did for a little while. So Alpatrix has been disqualified from the race. And George Russell already has a penalty added to his name. I'm not sure what for. Or for cutting a corner, I presume. How big was the penalty? It's 2 seconds, so it had to be either a collision or cutting a corner or something. I'm not sure. Anywho, Alba Kings leads the way so far, and will lead the first lap in the way it looks here in Monza. Carter right behind in third, and then Rocco fifth. The DRS is not able to justify in until the third lap. Oh, George Russell's under pressure from Stinson. Trying to go for a move, but unfortunately ends up him clipping the right rear tire. Oh no! There goes the Ferrari vaporizer. And Stinson, unfortunately, was the innocent bystander in that, and is retired. I think Vaporizer just made a huge mistake in that part. Yeah, he has not had a great run at all. That Ferrari at all has not had a great time. Either the rear of the field gets into a bunch of incidents or whatever the case is, but yeah. It just hasn't had a great time. It's now tired on track. Albuquerque is a 2-second penalty for exceeding track limits. So this is now playing more into Montana's favor. Off a second right now between Mercedes and the Williams. Fast lap goes to Rocco with a 1:19.8. Cell 2-second time penalty. Zenitech a 2-second time penalty. So already we get 4 drivers with 2-second time penalties. Back of the Williams. Fruitful, a 2-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Or should I say exceed track limits? Multiple warnings, but still almost the same thing. Not close enough, but he'll probably try to get him once they get to the pit straight. Oh, hello. Whoa, hello. Sella's out of the race. Billy's out of the race. He has crashed at a Ascari. That is definitely not going to help out Williams and the constructors. And here comes NXS Montana with DRS down the main straight. Honda has the fastest lap of the race. And here goes the Mercedes. No problem at all. Gets ahead of the Williams for first place. Comfortably ahead too. Just got him before they even got to the braking zone. We have another crash. Oh, it's an Alfa Romeo of Cinetech. He's had a bit of a moment, I think, there. Rocco gets a penalty there, multiple warnings. Someone dipped their tires onto the gravel trap. I could see a bit of the gravel dust. Trying to get closer to Montana. He gets DRS, not close enough. Just has to hope for Montana to get a penalty. That is even game. Montana seems to be having a better, more balanced car than Williams does. And Montana's just starting to pull away just a little bit, but he's still got the Williams looming around. He's still got the with the DRS range. And sets the fastest lap with a 1:89 on race pace. That's his on race pace. Okay, that is something else. I'm not gonna lie about that. That is something else. I hardly ever see anyone go into the 1:18 on race pace, especially if they try to go for a fastest lap. That's insane. Wheels onto the gravel trap. We're on the final lap here in Monza. The way it looks, Montana might be winning his third race in a row. Or, I'm sorry, not in a row. His third race in general. My bad. As well, can I say the same for his teammate, unfortunately. As he's dipped his car into the grass. Pretty much doing his own little Valtteri Bottas impersonation of having a Mercedes lawnmower. Alfa with 2-second penalty, but here we go into Parabolica for the final time. And I think this is going to be a Mercedes victory for NSX Montana, taking the checkered flag and taking the third victory here in the Ultimate Sprint Cup. Connor goes up into second place, Alpha Keynes goes to third. Rocco goes to fourth, and then Jensen makes a recovery of fifth place. Not back further from the Haas. Linus sixth, George Russell seventh. Oliver run eighth, Sen second, ninth, and Alfu rounded up in the top 10. And the driver of the day goes to Jensen. I think that's his third or fourth driver of the day. Alright, so what does that now stand here in the thing? So, Montana now has a 44-point lead over NSX Connor. And Cell is in third with down by 49. Yeah, Montana's got a pretty comfortable lead at the moment. Alpha Tricks at fourth and IFR Row is your top 5. Constructors, though, it's Mercedes extending the lead now to 19 points. Over Williams. And then Racing Point in third, then McLaren in fourth. Oh, come on. Is it muted again? Have I been muted this entire time? Oh, come on. I thought I fixed it. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I guess I'm having a bit of mic issues. Oh, I thought for sure the mic was on, but... Okay, well, I apologize if everything was muted during the course of that time. I thought I fixed it. I guess it... Yeah, because I have this little switch on my headset. Well, this is fantastic. Ah, come on. Alright, well, I'm sorry about that. Thanks, Bob, I think that's what your name is. I'm very sorry about that. I didn't even realize that. I thought my mic was okay. I don't normally don't really listen to myself while I'm doing the live stream because I find it a bit distracting whenever I listen to myself doing a live stream. Because I have my phone next to me. Just like see the comments and everything like that. Shoot, well, I am very, very sorry about that. I hope it wasn't like that the entire time. But yeah, right now Montana is leading very comfortably, 2.5 seconds between himself and George Russell. Allocating the 2-second time penalty, multiple warnings. As we are going to be approaching now the final lap as they go through the baseball stadium here at Ferratura. .6 seconds right now is the gap. I'm losing a little audio from the car itself. As you see, this is where I would like to somehow lose the sound of the engine of the cars. That's a long car, gang. Come on. Alphatrix getting by. Oh! Oh, vaporize. Oh, there goes Alphatrix. Spinning around. In sympathy. Well, I think that might have ruined the chances of even catching Mercedes at this point in the championship. Montana has a 2-second time penalty. Interesting there, but I don't think that's going to matter. Because we're already near the finish of the race. And I think this will be the 4th time that Montana has actually won a race around here in this series. Around the baseball stadium for the final time, NSX Montana, around the final corner, takes the checkered flag and will win here in Mexico. Russell will finish at 4th. So Rowan goes to 2nd, and out goes onto the podium for the first time. Finishing in 3rd place, Stinson in 5th, Connor in 6th, and Jensen rounds off the 7th position. Hold on just a quick second. Just let me fix this little my audio here. Alright, so Montana's won for the 4th time here in this series. And now let's look at the standings. So I think from the way it looks, I think we might have Mercedes wrapping it up in Brazil. But yeah, there's literally no chance for anyone to catch Montana at this point. Connor looks like could hang on to second, but he needs to outrace Alpha Trix in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Ronan fourth and Jensen in fifth place. Pretty much it's just going to be a scrap for the midfield from the way it looks between Jensen, Stinson, Albacanes, and Rocco. And then pretty much a fight for ninth place between George Russell, Alpo, and Vaporizer. Alright, now we're going to move on to Interlagos for the Brazilian Grand Prix. This will be the final race of the Ultimate Sprint Cup Championship. Alright, so yeah. Oh, yeah, we've been doing this for roughly about, what, 3 hours now? It's quite possibly a interesting 3 hours, but hey, it's been good overall. Or what is it? What time is it right now? 2:43. Yeah, well, 2:43 my time, I should say. Alright, here we go. Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Of course, one of the famous racetracks to host in the past, the final races of the Formula One season. And we will take you a guided tour around this way. We'll follow an IFR road. Here we go, down through the center S. It turns 1 and 2. In the apex of the rounding curve to Seoul. Turn 3, very flat out. Hugs the inside, even on the exit of the corner. Into now turn 4 to Skeeter de Lago. Like the inside curve there. Now up towards the crest, up towards Veratura, turns 5 and 6. Or turns 6 and 7, I should say. Now into the roller coaster part of the racetrack. That's definitely a fun part of the track, I would say. Now to Pirino into Pico Tapato. Brett locking up there, very easy to do so around that corner. Around Magulio, flat out left-hander into Junsao. That's also where the corner where Hamilton overtook Walk to get the championship in 2008. Down the front straight, up towards the line with DRS Open, and it is. I saw 106.1 was the pole time. 106.1 by Montana, I think that was. No, it was Alpha Trix. Alpha Trix gets pole with a 106.1. 7/10 is the gap between literally everybody. Montana 106.2. Albacanes 106.2. Alpu 106.3. Rocco 106.3. Stinson a 106.3 as well. George Russell 106.4. Connor 106.4. Vaporizer 106.6. Rowan 106.7 and 106.8 for Jensen. Alright, so now it is going to be a cloudy day. From the way it looks, so here we go. Nice guys here in Sao Paulo. lights out, and away we go for the final time here in the Ultimate Sprint Cup round. Ultimate Sprint Cup Championship, sorry. Alpha Trix getting a good start ahead of Alpha Kings, with Essex Montana dropping down to 3rd place. Rocco in 4th, Stinson in 5th place as they make their way now towards TUSC del Lago. Corner right on the inside of Rome, get the move done. As they now head up towards the crest of turns 6 and 7, Ferratura into now. Oh, that's so close from Al, right alongside IFR Stinson, as Nathan has found himself a bit of a moment and is going off into the grass. Alpha Trix will lead the first lap here in Sao Paulo. Alpha Kings right behind in 2nd place. Montana right now holding off in 3rd place. Rocco in 4th and Stinson in 5th. Alpha Trix fastest lap of the race so far, 1:11.5. Change over the course of the race. Rounding curve to Sol. Now the back straight away into now TUSC del Lago. First place, half a second up from the Williams of Alpha Kings. 3rd, Rocco still in 4th, Stinson in 5th. It's just about to fly, really, if I'm completely honest with you. Pretty much just going to be Mercedes and Montana just claiming the championships, the drivers and constructors championships. Lap 3, 1:07.5. Alpha Trix's fastest lap was very quick indeed. DRS is now enabled. Alpha Kings does have the DRS, but he's obviously not going to be close enough to make any sort of moves because the run-on area from the back straight is pretty short compared to the front straight here in Sao Paulo. Towards the hill of the track, Arena into Pico Tapato we come. 10ths of a second, make that 9/10ths of a second. Separate between top 2. Alpha Kings still has the DRS. Using the outside of the track to at least gain some sort of ground. We'll get the DRS. There you go. DRS is open. Benz of NSX Montana, and he sets the fastest lap of 1:07.1. Holy moly. That's on race pace too. That's insane. Montana with DRS open, down the back straight, still not close enough to make any sort of move. I love how Cowboys is getting a shot of the rear wings as they go to the corner. Clearly open for DRS, I'd say. Paperworks are a 2-second time penalty for exceeding or for multiple warnings. I'm guessing that was over at Jensen. It's a 2-second penalty. Where did he do that? That's interesting. Where did he get that penalty? Huh. Well, anyway, here we go, down the front straight. Alpha Trix in the lead, Alpha Kings in 2nd, NSX Montana right now in 3rd place. Rounding the center S. Curve the Sol. DRS open. Final lap here in the final time, and George Russell has going on. Ferraris are not looking too great here in Sao Paulo. here on the final lap of this race, and obviously for this championship as well. Albert Keynes gets a 2-second time penalty, so he's probably going to be relegated way down the field in a little bit. Here we go for the final time. Round Magulio, round June Sao. Alpha Trix will close it out with a win for himself. And what has happened here? Oh, Albert Keynes has lost it, I think he's lost it. So Montana takes second place, Alpha Trix takes the win, Rocco takes third, Stinson takes fourth, Alpu takes fifth place, Connor in sixth, Rowan in seventh, Jensen in eighth, Vaporizer in ninth, and then Albert Keynes doing some donuts on the front straight. And also, well, looks like everyone's doing some donuts here. Do some celebratory donuts. There you go, Jordan Russell got the ball across the line, and then Albert Keynes did his major impression and crossing the line to finish last. Alright. That concludes, I think, pretty much everything. And then again, Jensen, another driver of the day. Alright, I think that'll conclude this whole stream as well. Man, almost 4 hours. That is probably the longest stream I've ever done for a F1 sort of league race, or probably in general, I'd say. My voice is just so out of it. Even though, yeah, my mic was muted. Apparently, I don't know what the issue was. I'll have to look. I'll have to see if I can sort that out. There you go. There's your championship winner here. NSX Montana taking the championship. Mercedes taking the constructors as well. It was actually a good little mini championship, I'd say. It was pretty fun overall, but hey, I did enjoy it, and I hope you guys did too, even though, yeah, we did have the technical difficulty, but we pulled through. We got through this whole thing. We're just waiting for the session to close. There we go. Alright, well, there we go. That is the end of... Oh, nice.